If you know me, well, you probably know I'm a bit of a nerd. And well, today is the launch day of the 5000 series, and I want to go from an RTX 3080 Ti to a 5090. That's right. I know the prices are insane, but I was willing to wail. Why? Well, I play at 4K, 240 hertz, and while the 3080 Ti is okay, especially with DLSS, I want to experience the full thing, especially with Cyberpunk and honestly, Marvel Rivals unoptimized as shit. I just want higher frame rates so I could pwn those noobs. But anyways, I woke up this morning at 5:30 only to find out that I was out of power. And I'm not even joking. This is me in this current room at 5:30 with no power, fighting bots using data from my phone. I was literally scrolling, refreshing like no tomorrow, and that's my face getting excited because there was a button that I could hit that said add to cart. But 30,000 other billion people were trying to do the exact same thing and it would just hang up. This is what you got right here. Sorry, there was a problem adding an item to the cart. And I'm like, oh, why? Why? Well, I could tell you why. Our local computer store, Memory Express, literally put up this, I think maybe the night before or the morning of, and so did the other competitor. Literally said it had no stock, which is not surprising. We're in Canada, we get kind of the shit end of the stick. So, but I mean, a few other people did get lucky. So like this guy on Reddit, he got one. Good for you, definitely not jealous. And same with this guy on Best Buy. Good for you, hate you so much. Enjoy your new graphics card. Well, I decided to call it there. It was game over for me. I went back to bed, went to the gym, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to scroll through Facebook Market and see if there's any resellers. Not that I would support it, but I just want to see how many scalpers actually got the item. And to my surprise, zero all day. But I did find one GPU, and no, it's not a 5090. It was actually a 4090 MSI Liquid Supreme. It's a lot of words, but basically it's the generation before. But the guy was selling it for 1,800, which is kind of, how do you say, a kind of a minor red flag, mainly because given the supply and demand of cards, that person could have sold it for like 25. So why 18? And I decided, hey, you know what? Might as well just reach out and see if I can message this person. By the way, her name was Jessica, according to the Facebook account. Keep that in mind. Yeah, so I messaged Jessica and she's like, yeah, you want to pick it up? And I was like, oh, okay, you're not hitting me with, oh, I'm actually in Africa, but if you e-transfer me this, I could get a buddy to send it to you right away. It was actually, hey, you want to meet up? And I was like, okay, sure. Yeah, let me go to the gym, go to the bank, grab some money, meet you at a location of your choosing. And this person was like, yeah, totally, I'll be there. And then I even asked, hi, Jess, I've been burned before. Just let me know if this is legit because I just really want to upgrade. And this person said, yeah, that's totally legit. And I asked, hey, why are you upgrading? Oh, she got the 5090. Oh, cool. And then she's like, well, I'm thinking about selling it and buying more 5090s. In which case I was like, okay, I get it. Make that bag. But also I hate you. But for 1,800 for a 4090, that's liquid cooled. Okay, cool. So here it is. So I mentioned this person and I was like, oh, I'll take it. Are you interested? Yeah. She said, yeah. And then this Jessica person also took down the ad. And then I messaged her and I was like, wait, you took down the ad? She's like, yeah, I have many people messaging me. I'm like, okay, that's totally fine. So I asked her, I'm like, hey, can you run some benchmarks with today's dates? I think I kind of missed that. I was at the gym at the time. And I was like, can you just make sure, I just want to make sure it's running well. And then Jessica was like, yeah, no problem. Here's some videos. Here's a benchmark. And then she did pan over to her right and showed the PC with the exact same card running, and then pan back to make sure, you know, it's no trickery. I was like, okay, cool. I kind of want a little bit more evidence, but maybe add today's date because who knows. But my plan was, I was like, hey, can you just take your phone out, show me that video on your phone, and I could check like the data, the metadata, to make sure it was tagged yesterday or like a couple days ago and not like sent from like another user, where you could spoof it, I guess. And she was like, oh yeah, that was that was kind of my plan. So, and we kept messaging a little bit. And then I was like, hey, I'm on a SkyTrain. Let me know when you're here. Everything seemed kind of good. And at this point, I'm on the SkyTrain. I'm like, please don't ghost me. This is going to kill like 2.5 hours of my day just doing a full round trip going to this place. And then I get messaged. And then essentially I said, hey, I'm at the station. And then this person, Jessica, said 3 minutes. And I was like, sounds good. I'm in this blue hoodie, right here. It says San Diego. And then all of a sudden she said, okay, cool. I'll meet you in front A&W, which is a burger joint. If you're not from North America, 20 seconds. I'm like, perfect. So I start walking over across the street and guess what? It was a dude that showed up, which I'm okay with a dude be named Jessica. Maybe your parents wanted a girl and they were really down bad for that name. That's cool. My fiance name is Jessica and she's awesome. Can't wait to get married to you, babe. But anyways, I was like, oh, Jessica? He's like, oh yeah, it's my girl. I'm just here to sell it for you. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Okay, let me just open up the package. And I was like, okay, so pretend this is the GPU. And I was like, okay, it looks good. There's no marks, no weird things going on. It's got a liquid cooler attached to it. Everything seems good. You know, I check the serial number on the card, matched the box to the receipt. But the only thing that was really weird is on the side, there was a BIOS switch. And it was missing. Oh, and if you're wondering what that BIOS switch is, it looks something a little bit like this. Right here. It was missing this little module. Not that I think that would be an important piece, but it was kind of suspicious. That's all. I don't know if that affects the card or if it would just keep it, or if it would boot, but it would just be stuck on that BIOS. But I wasn't sure. And without testing it, I had to test the character of this person. So here's a little screenshot of said person. You know, I don't feel bad for showing his face. This is a public area. Maybe if you watch this and you're from lower mainland of Vancouver, careful of this guy. Who knows? It could be legit, but the only reason why I'm making this video, because I didn't film a vlog for this week. So this is going to be more of a talking head of what I did. But anyways, this is the dude we met at SkyTrain right by the A&W. And anyways, I was like, okay, well, if you're not Jessica, like, do you have photos of your partner, your girlfriend? Because that's what he said. He's like, yeah, that's my girl. I was like, oh, okay. Well, can you show me a photo with her? You know, and he could have showed any photo with any girl and I would have believed it, but he couldn't produce it. He didn't even have data. And I was like, okay, I'll hotspot for you. But there was, luckily A&W had Wi-Fi. It was just really slow. Couldn't find one. He was kind of like, kind of dodging it a little bit. And I was like, okay, well, I messaged your girl on Facebook. She's not replying, but she did see my message. Do you want to message her or call her? And he was kind of like, oh, well, she's at work, you know? I'm like, okay, you don't want to message her not even just once? And I was like, okay, well, I mean, I was messaging her and then Jessica said that you're 20, 30 seconds away, meet at A&W. Can you show me the messages that she sent you? Because you guys had to communicate, right? There's no way you just randomly showed up knowing that I was going to be here at this time. And he's like, oh, okay, let me just, I got a phone call. And I was like, okay, well, this feels like a very big scam going on right now. And then I was like, okay. He's like, oh, that was my mom. I'm like, hey, can you show me the recent phone calls, like your history? Can you just go here and go to your recents and then just show me? Like, is that show? Can you do that? And I think he showed me more of a text message. And get this, there was no mom in one of those text messages. It was a bunch of random numbers and a name, which I don't know. It was like a different kind of name. Definitely not from North America, but I don't know about you. On my phone, mine is Mama. Maybe it's Mum for some of you guys, but I doubt you'd put your mom's contact as her first name on your phone. That's kind of fucked up in my opinion, but maybe it's different around the world. You let me know in the comments below. But anyways, you know, I was obviously sniffing a lot of red flags. While the card looked good, I was more worried about it not really working. Actually, at the time, I was kind of worried that he might have replaced the PCB with a different SKU. But looking at it, I don't think they made like a lesser version at the time. Like if it was a 4090, could they replace it with a 4070? they didn't make one for that SKU, so it'd have been really hard. But he was asking for 1,800, which he could have sold for 2,500. So that's a mini red flag. And I was kind of like, do I want to take it home, have it not work, contact MSI, go through the RMA process, send it, and then they're like, this is a water damage. We don't cover that. Sorry. And then I'm out $1,800. So I even offered him, hey, I will pay you an extra $120 if we can take an Uber on my expense 10 minutes down the road to Canada Computers, and I'm sure they'd be fine of plugging it into one of their systems and quickly running a benchmark for me. And then we could confirm there. I'll give you the money right there and then I'll pay for your Uber back home to wherever you got to go and whatever. Like, I just need that guarantee that I'm not getting scammed. And he was like, I gotta get going, like, do you want it? Like, I need to leave soon. So like, essentially pulling that tactic of, I have no clue what you just said. I'm leaving. I'm pressuring you to buy it. Is the FOMO going to be greater than your common sense? Which in this case, it wasn't, which is like the first time in my 34 years of being on this rock. So yay. The thing to take away from this is just like, if you can't test it, test their personality, test their character, and try to judge it from that. Because who knows, maybe I could have got a GPU, but when you show up as a different person, a different gender, you can't produce photos with your partner. You can't produce text message with said partner, even though your said partner was the person that was scheming up this whole, try to sell this GPU for me, babe, kind of situation. And then you say your mom called you, but you have her as your first name on your phone. And I don't even know that wasn't even your mom. Honestly, he showed me text message when you just picked up a phone call. That seems kind of sketchy, does it not? Anyways, I ultimately said no, which kind of hurt. And I just really wanted something new. But at the end of the day, it was just a lot better to say no, commute back home, and then proceed to get stuck in traffic for like 30 minutes. We didn't even move. So that was my day. Sorry there's no vlogs. This is kind of a talking head and kind of boring, but make sure you like and subscribe. Good luck to all my nerds out there trying to pick up a new card. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.